All right, here we go, guys. A little bit after the Iron Bowl. As I said, Alabama won this game. The score was 30-12. Um, and here I am with my post-game thoughts on this matchup. It brings a lot of fun for Alabama and Auburn fans everywhere. A lot of disappointed college football fans around the nation who wanted to see Alabama lose, but were sorely disappointed. And I'm going to provide a little bit of an analysis about some of the things I saw and why Alabama won this game. So as you know, my prediction was 24-10. Alabama would win by at least 2 touchdowns. I said that we would be able to handle this game. Arvin's injuries to Sean White and Cameron Petway, they won't be able to make a difference. Therefore, the offense will stall. The defense will be able to hold us a little bit, but ultimately we will win this game by a couple of touchdowns. And honestly, that's what happened. My spread was 14, and the spread for the game was 18, with Alabama winning 30-12. Now I'm just going to show you some of the things I saw as the game progressed, some of the little plays that I did. I'll try to maybe go into a little bit more depth later on, but we'll see. So what I noticed early on is that Auburn was content to kind of mush rush Jalen, basically keep him in the pocket and make him throw a ball down the field. They didn't want him to scramble a lot. And they were they were fairly successful at doing that. He broke out every once in a while, but for the most part, they tried to make him sit in the pocket and throw. And that was able to keep us down a little bit because Jalen has had struggles throwing the ball throughout the season, but when he's on, he's on. And that mush rush, that keeping Jalen in the pocket, that contributed to Alabama's first touchdown. So on the play where he threw the little short pass out in the flat to Damian Harris, and Damian Harris stepped on the sideline, stepped down the sideline and ran for the touchdown. Auburn had to kind of contain rush Jalen there and try to make sure he didn't run, and so he's calmly analyzed the situation and threw the ball down to Damian Harris, and Damian Harris did the rest and got the touchdown. So Jalen Hurts answered their call and uh, and led Alabama to victory with his passing as well as using the running game later on to ice the game. A lot of different players got carries for Alabama. Joshua Jacobs got carries. Damian Harris got carries. Jalen Hurts got carries. Bo Scarborough got a lot of carries toward the end of the game, which a lot of us Bama fans, a lot of us who are on this channel, a lot of you guys who are commenting, were very, very excited to see. Also, Jonathan Allen, he got good penetration at the. I'm just gonna start going from first quarter on down to the end now. Jonathan Allen got good penetration at the 2 minute and 30-second mark of the first quarter. Brought down Petway. It was it was honestly just too easy how fast he got in the backfield and brought him down. This is an example why Alabama's defensive line is the best because these type of plays happen just about every time we line up on the line of scrimmage. Also, I got to note that targeting call that was called on Tony Brown, that was a tough call. In slow motion, it's really easy to point out. Oh, see, look, and that's where him jumping forward. But in fast motion, it didn't seem as bad. I don't think he was intentionally like, oh, let me go out there and hurt this guy. I think he was trying to deliver a physical block, and it turned out that it kind of fits the parameters of a targeting call. That's why it's a subjective rule, and it's really weird to see these calls being made. Um, and I understand keeping the players safe though, so I get it. It's just that, man, how can we make it more efficient when calling these targeting plays? And Tony Brown was just starting to get into a rhythm of playing this year, and that actually affected the rest of the game. If you notice, Alabama played a lot of different DBs today because Minkah Fitzpatrick moved to safety because Eddie Jackson got hurt, and we moved in Tony Brown to Minkah Fitzpatrick's spot. So when Tony Brown had to be put out the game, we moved Minkah Fitzpatrick back to nickelback, and at safety, we brought in Deontay Thompson and Levi Wallace in the dime package, and it was interesting. I thought we were maybe going to have a little trouble. I thought Shaheem Carter was going to play, but Shaheem is actually dealing with the injury too. I didn't know that. And so I'll get into more of that as we go along. But also, where am I? Where am I? Oh yeah, 3 plays in a row after Jalen Hurts threw his interception in the second quarter. Ryan Anderson made the play. It was ridiculous. So right after that interception, Ryan Anderson penetrates backfield, stop the run. Penetrated backfield, fed the quarterback. Penetrate. He missed the tackle, but he made the running back run in, and we stopped him early, and he finally got the last play two, and Auburn had to settle for a field goal. Ryan Anderson is a man, and you need to watch that. So go look for second quarter after Jalen Hurts threw his interception. Ryan Anderson, the next drive, put Auburn in their place. Also, at the 11-minute, 35-second mark of the second quarter, after Alabama got the ball back, Jalen Hurts on this play had all day to throw, all day, as he's been having all season. That's another example of this great pass protection. But he had nowhere to go with the ball, and he wisely threw it away. And that's what we need to see more and more often. Tim Williams at the 10-minute, 15-second mark of the second quarter, he had a nice rush to hit Jeremy Johnson, and that impacted the way he threw the ball. That's an example of why Tim Williams is one of probably the best pass rusher in the nation with his ability to get to the quarterback. Look how fast he made it to the quarterback and really beat that left tackle of Auburn over there. The Damian Harris, running back for Alabama, number 34. Example of why he's been so good and why he's been the starting running back, why he got the starting job over Bo Scarborough in the spring and in the season this year is his vision. And at the 7-minute and 45-second mark, that vision was on display. It was a really good cutback to the right that really contributed to his run there, and he got a lot of yards for him. Unfortunately, at the 6-minute and 43-second mark, Jalen Hurts threw a horrible pass on the run. He was like rolling to his right, and he threw the ball high, tried to get it to Ardarius Stewart, and the ball completely sailed, went over Ardarius Stewart's head, and the Auburn DB Trey Matthews actually almost intercepted it. So Jalen really has to rein those in. He's a true freshman. He's going to work on that, but that's just an example of some of the things that he has to work on. Also, after this point, after we got to the 2-minute, 30-second mark of the second quarter, Jalen Hurts, I guess Nick and Lane said, let's just try to attack down the field. Auburn's waiting on these shorter routes. Hurts throws to Calvin Ridley, and he was a little bit behind, but really got the ball and was able to make the play and get the first down deep. And that opened things up a little bit. Offense started to move a little bit better after that moment on, and that's why we were able to pull away. So whenever we hit deep passes, teams back up a little bit, and we had to keep that up. Also, I just noticed in general that Carl Lawson, the defensive end for Auburn, number 55, played really well the whole game. He beat Jonah Williams, the true freshman, a couple times here and there. Beat Hale Hinches on the run play a few times. Did a great job. I come away impressed with this Auburn front. So Auburn's drive to start the third quarter, it was stalled by our defensive line. Dalvin Tomlinson knocked down the pass. Ryan Anderson got a sack on third down. We really put them in their place to come out starting that second half. So that drive. So if you haven't seen it, and when you see the game on YouTube or wherever where you're going to see it, if you recorded it, go watch the opening drive of the third quarter and watch our defensive line just completely stall Auburn, and that set the tone for the second half. Next, I spotted the handoff to Bo Scarborough at the 12-minute and 57-second mark, 12-minute, 57 seconds. And it was good to see because it brought a nice power balance element to the game. And I said we needed more of that. And on the next play, we did it again. It was another run. And so we were starting to establish the run a little bit more here. Also, Auburn tried a flea flicker in the third quarter. And Jeremy Johnson completed the pass, and I think that was the guy who was more open, who would have made a really big play, possibly a touchdown if Jeremy had saw him, but he threw it to the other guy. And the reason why I highlight this play is because watch Marlon Humphrey on this play on the Auburn flea flicker. He was near the line of scrimmage when the pass was caught or was almost caught, and by the time the receiver took a few steps, Marlon Humphrey was already on him. That's just how fast he is, running that 4.3 40, and that just gives you an example of his speed. He had a play like that last year in the Iron Bowl too, where the running back had got into the open field and he just burst out of a cannon and caught him from behind. This guy has a lot of talent. Daniel Carson missed his kick at the 8-minute, 20-second mark was because of the Alabama pressure. See, he usually doesn't miss kicks. This guy's probably going to win the Luke Groza. He went 4 or 5, made 4 field goals against Alabama. All of Auburn's points. All of them. He missed this kick because Alabama's front had got back there and he had to rush it. So Alabama did a great job there impacting because that's the only way that really he's going to miss a kick. Let's see, at the 5-minute, 20-second mark, Alabama was moving the ball down the field and we figured, hey, let's get some points on the board. Let's not settle for a field goal. And we probably couldn't get the field goal at that point. So Alabama decided to go for it. It's a 4th and 4, 5 minutes, 20 seconds left of the third quarter. And it was Jalen Hurts' best throw of the night, one of his best throws of the season. It was a short pass, but he threw it so accurately. If he had thrown it behind, possibly interception. Had it thrown it a little bit too far, it would have just been a short gain, no first down. But he threw it in a spot where Ardarius Stewart can catch it and keep running and get the first down. And not only get the first down, that was the play that Ardarius Stewart ran in for a touchdown, tight roping down the sideline. That, my friend, is the type of play that Jalen Hurts can provide when he's making the throws the way he needs to, and that's what we're looking forward to seeing for the next few years. So, like I said before, Levi Wallace and Deontay Thompson. Deontay Thompson's a redshirt freshman. Levi Wallace is a walk-on guy. they both played in this game because of Tony Brown being out and Minka Fitzpatrick having to move back to nickelback. And I saw a lot of Hootie Jones, just a lot of different defensive formations because of the fact that we had to shuffle around due to the lack of depth now because of players going in and out. But Levi Wallace and Deontay Thompson played pretty well. Both of them made some clutch tackles. Levi Wallace had some great man-to-man coverage. I'll get to that play later. But I saw them both in for the first time about the 4-minute, 15-second mark. So that was interesting to see. So, yeah, I'm impressed with the backups now coming in and playing well. Also, John Franklin III coming into this game trying to make his mark. Hasn't been able to do much because his throwing has been inconsistent. He made the best throw of his career tonight. Of all teams to get his best throw on, it would be against Alabama because everybody wants to make their best throws against Alabama. At the 3-minute, 15-second mark, he threw a really, really deep pass, showing off that arm strength that he has, and he was actually accurate. John Franklin III was accurate, of all people. And he made the throw in a hit stove, number 12, I believe, for Auburn, pretty deep. They didn't get the touchdown, and we actually made them settle for a field goal there, but that throw really opened it up for them. He didn't do that too much more, but he did end up as Auburn's leading passer because of the two deep ones he threw. So that was really interesting to see out of John Franklin. You can see why he was highly recruited, but he just hasn't put it all together yet. Also, the concerning thing here is that Marlon Humphrey hurt his right leg tonight. So on Jeremy Johnson's overthrown pass that could have possibly been a touchdown, Marlon Humphrey came up a little lame on his right leg, got a little gimpy. I don't know what the injury was. Saban will probably talk about it in the press conference, or already has. But he hurt his leg, and he didn't really play that much more. And Levi Wallace started playing a bit more cornerback after that. So that's something to look out for. Hopefully he can play next week against Florida, even though I'm not scared of their offense, so we should be fine. But still, we don't want to see anybody get injured. Levi Wallace at the 2-minute, 16-second mark. If you want to see Levi Wallace in action, number 39, the defensive back for Alabama, he played great man-to-man coverage on a play that was going for the end zone that Auburn tried to score on, and he really locked them up. And John Franklin III missed the pass. It was a bad throw. That's an example of why he isn't starting, that throw there. But Levi Wallace played great man-to-man coverage regardless. Also, something I noticed that Bradley Bozeman. This shows you why Montravius Adams has been getting a lot of respect over this season. At the 0-minute, 25-second mark, 25-second mark of the third quarter, Montravius Adams just absolutely shed Bradley Bozeman, Alabama center's block, and got right into the backfield and got us for a stop. Yeah, give that man some respect. Go watch that play. 13-minute, 35-second mark of the fourth quarter, Alabama had the ball. They're driving. Jalen Hurts had a good throwaway here. I'm recalling the play where basically there was nothing there, and he saw there was something there. He scrambled out to the right, and he just threw the ball out. And that's what we need to see. And I just like to highlight the good things he does, not just the bad throws that he makes every now and then. So that's another good example of something good he does. At the 11-minute mark of the fourth quarter, Bama stood up Auburn's line. I remember this play. This was crazy. So Auburn tried to do a running play with Cameron Petway, and basically all of Alabama's defensive line, Auburn did not move the line of scrimmage. Alabama from linebacker to defensive line stood up their whole offensive line and got the running back at the line of scrimmage. That, my friend, is why Alabama is the best defense in the nation. Not too many teams can do that consistently. Alabama does it all the time. Bo Scarborough at the 7-minute, 40-second mark of the fourth quarter. Oh, yeah. He trucked Deshaun Davis, Auburn linebacker number 57. He just came into the hole, put down his shoulder pad, and Deshaun Davis just hit the ground. This is why Bo Scarborough was a 5-star prospect. This guy's strong, 6'2", 240. And this is why Alabama fans have been calling for him to get the ball more and more, because those are the type of plays that we expect to see from him. And true enough, he got another handoff on the next play, and Alabama grinded him out to end the fourth quarter. Just kept handing him the ball, and it shows why that we wanted to do that, because we were able to move the ball consistently and just run the clock all the way down. Just one last fun thing. I saw two last things. Jalen Hurts at the 4-minute, 25-second mark of the fourth quarter, like toward the end as we were running out the clock still. Did you see this play? How many of you out there who were watching this game, did you see this play? It didn't amount to much. I think Jalen, I don't know if he ended up throwing the ball away or he just ran for a few yards. But in the backfield, the Auburn defensive line and linebackers, somebody back there had got to him, and it looked like he was just going to go down. but he did some type of crazy magician Houdini type move where he did like this little weird jump step to the front and to the back, and then he ran to the side, and the Auburn defender had no, he just didn't know what to do. And he let, go watch the play, 4 minutes, 25-second marks. Go look for that play and just tell me what you think about it. It was absolutely, I just thought it was amazing. You may not think it was that great, but it was funny to see him escape magician like right there. And finally, Alabama had this formation a couple, maybe 3 or 4 times throughout the game, and I just thought it was fun to see because all these big guys were in. So this was the last time we used this, that 1 minute, 30-second mark of the fourth quarter. I call it the meat and potatoes formation, taken from Stephen A. Smith there with the meat and potatoes reference. But we had Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne in the backfield to block for the running back. So check this. We had our already big offensive line. Then we had Deron Payne on the left side, fullback. Then we had Jonathan Allen on the right side of the fullback, and we had Bo Scarborough running the ball. And that formation is deadly. We used it on the goal line early in the game, and we used it here to get a first down at the end of the game. And Deron Payne absolutely blew up his guy. The meat and potatoes formation. That's what I'm going to start calling that from now on. So, yeah, those are just like the quick things I noticed. Quick, I say that in this video. It's been 16 minutes. But, yeah, that is just like my post-game thoughts concerning the Alabama-Auburn game, this 2016 Iron Bowl. Alabama won just like I thought. And there you go. We'll see Florida in the SEC Championship game. If you made all the way to the end, thank you for paying attention. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you saw. Let me know some of the things that impressed you. Let me know if you're interested in just talking about some of the things that I highlighted, or maybe some new things that you noticed that I didn't while watching the game. So see you next time. Thank you for listening.